this scene. Get everybody in the step together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Hope you didn't think I was really gonna be drinking. That was for the aesthetic. Now I am drinking tea, fresh from the microwave. Yes, I just put some water in here, put the bag in there, pop it in there for a minute and like a half, or like a minute and 20 seconds, it depends. But sometimes you want it to just boil like lava a little bit. Ready when you take it out. I love it. Convenience. So, what is this video about? It's about YG, SM, and why YG has been scamming y'all for about 5 years now. I'm not necessarily saying anything about Blackpink or the members, their managed, like, I'm talking about management, but like allegedly, but like, not the members themselves, because they're talented women and they had to work very hard, and now they're like, honestly, when someone said Blackpink was like supermodels that sometimes sing, it kind of felt like that. Y'all, fourth wall break. This is a new day of film. I'm not even wearing a bracelet. Hard shifts in trends and just sound in general of K-pop and the type of idols that are produced. They're marking sort of generations. It's another thing about the industry that does sound kind of manufactured, but I think it's cool, especially since like the nation's girl group of last generation, Girls' Generation, it's in their name and it's very fitting, and they're the blueprint, so it makes sense. Anywho, standing a bit, it's kind of marked by a lot of things. It's just the usual age for a group is about 5 to 7 years, depending on how big they are, or that's at least the time of their prime. Contracts for K-pop idols are for 7 years. They used to be longer, and we used to call those slave contracts, because those could extend to about 10 years. Luckily enough, South Korea's Fair Trade Commission actually reformed these contracts so that they couldn't be 10-year contracts. Instead, there would be 7. The contract renewals come up and everyone talks, and there's buzz about, who's gonna stay in the group, or who do you feel like might go solo, and how many sub-units have they had to let you know who exactly is gonna go solo. Gen 3, a little bit different. Blackpink became known, they became the staple for the girl crush concept, for the badass girl concept. Because like YG said, he wanted a prettier 21. Don't get mad at me, that's what YG said, and that's exactly how he treated them at the beginning. However, it's I don't think he really treated them like a 20. It's like YG had Blackpink wear the shell of 21 at the beginning, and then kind of just stuck in that genre for a while, and just kind of just like did their own cute Blackpink. Like it developed into their own thing. Like they became less like 21, but it was still within that sound, if you know what I mean. Blackpink exploded when they first came out. In sales, they were pretty, they were average for a rookie group coming from the big 3. But in online presence, they essentially went viral. Here's the problem. After their first year promotion, they only had like 1 song a year. They only had 1 song a year because marketing. After that, they sold a steady 2.5 million copies each single. And that's because people waited so long. Pink essentially gained a mystique. They gained a sense of rarity that a lot of idols don't have because they're easily accessible. They come back often. You get used to them in a sense, you know what I'm saying? But when Blackpink comes back, it's an event. The relationship between the company and the fans is a weird one, because when it comes to idols, the worshiping is different. The feeling of you owning or being a part of the idol's life, the intimacy, the false sense of intimacy is different. But between the company and the fans, the company can manipulate the fans, because the fans will constantly beg for more for their idols, free promotion for their idols. Why? Because they're starved. The more that they're starved, the more that they talk about it. And then when you finally give them a crumb of information, it raises their relevance for weeks. And then they could just keep giving crumbs. So if people notice this, it's like the thing with Twice. When Twice was being treated cheaply, they had schoolgirl outfits for like every comeback. Every single comeback. Their stylists did not care. They start getting this similar sounding songs each time, it might be a thing. They might actually be treated like they're everywhere. They're doing magazine covers, they're like on like other stuff. Like they're doing a lot. Homegirls are booked and paid. However, where's the music? And it's a similar sounding song, but you've been starved for so long. It's been so long since they released it. The sound has changed in K-pop within the last year. Certain trends have worn you out. Sometimes you just need a good bop. And here comes Blackpink with something reliable. Not only do you not notice the similarities, but you're just like, oh my God, Jennie has a new outfit. You know, they are covered in taste. That's what they're covered in. They're covered in taste. They're gonna continue to get away with this. Why? Because even if people call them out, they're just kind of called haters. They're just like, oh, you're talking about her, how they all sound the same. You're just a hater. But then, like, when you look back at it, in retrospect, you see that, like, this is all very similar. A lot of these songs are pretty similar. I'm like, yeah, if that's what you wanted from them. But if you're gonna come out and see it's innovation every time, and it's not, like their recent comebacks, like How You Like That, it was very American cookie cutter with a very cute and surprising, like a very nice ending, right? But, and it was, they have great stage presence, so it was great live, but like the song itself, it was like, oh, okay. It was like the last bit of juice. Like whatever juice Blackpink was getting their songs out of, that was the last bit of juice. And it was covered in a very pretty music video. And then like it was just amped up live with great stage presence. And I don't know her name, but the woman with the silver hair was performing her ass off. Okay, she was getting it every stage. Don't know her name, but she was living for this comeback. So there's SM, right? So we have SM. So SM, there's the whole Aespa thing. Am I saying it right? I don't remember. So there's the whole Aespa thing that was clearly rushed. And then like they canceled any and all of their promotions, right? So SM is thinking about snatching this. Why not? Why not snatch? I mean, like allegedly SM is like snatching this idea because they think that they're gonna treat them like Blackpink because they figured out it worked. It's like if the general public cared enough about FX, because think about it like this, walk with me, okay? So let's just say you're working at SM, right? And you have your group, right? Your group, like there's a thing with Irene, and then like your group is like a mess. There's like a lot of backlash for the song because the song is cheap, and you know the song is cheap. You know the song is cheap because there's no way, right? Debuts are great, usually. I don't know what this is. But we're in a pandemic. Like, I mean, like, Korea's fine, but America is in flames, and like, Europe is just getting out of prison. Idols are getting corona. That means promotions are gonna slow down. That means that idol industry is gonna slow down on the outside. What the public sees is gonna slow down. People are gonna be preparing. But like, as I'm making this video, I know there is somebody that makes more money than I'll ever earn in my life that is like, that already has a plan for what's gonna happen after Rona. You get a redo. When like this, it could just be post like Corona stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, of course things were rushed. We were in a pandemic and then people were getting sick. If Aespa's video was supposed to explain their connection to the universe of all Aespa music videos, then Aespa's video was simply the index. It was the index. We were just looking at the index. We didn't even get into the story. So it could very well just be like, this isn't the start yet. This is just a table of contents. But when we come back, and we come back full force and full quality, we will start the story and you'll get the real first single. The lack of music shows plus suspense for their comeback based on like, you know, the disappointment of the previous one. Someone's gonna pretend like none of this ever happened. None of this, like this song will be like a cute opening for like a concert, or it might be promoted at some shows because it was the first song and some people like it. So it's gonna be around. But like once we get enough comebacks in for Aespa, we gonna forget about this. This is just gonna be something cute for the tour. That was my video. Also, YG is a hilarious company. They have a lot going on. A lot. So please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you want me to go into detail about, you know, anything involving the generations, more in depth and more research. But like, he scammed y'all. He scammed y'all every year. He scammed y'all this year. He kind of scammed y'all this year.